Good morning, good morning, good morning, my YouTube friends. Welcome to your daily read for Friday, May 15th, 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal, for a short, professional, intuitive president of DrawingTheCircle Productions and Pisces Moon, which is good because the moon is in Pisces, and I was woken up out of sleep by spirit, whatever you want to call it, angels, archangels, gods, the pantheons, whoever, whatever. Got a lovely little download for myself, did some prayer, did some healing. It was really good. I'm a mystic, and what are you going to do? Pisces moon on a Friday. You're going to get up, you're going to do your hair, you're going to make coffee, and you're going to do the daily read, right? So, keeping in mind with all of these retrogrades that we've got going on, we've got Pluto retrograde, we've got Saturn retrograde, we've got Venus retrograde, and we've got Jupiter retrograde. Yay! Great fun. Tricky time that it is. We've been talking about that quite a bit in the live chats that I've been doing morning and or evening. So today there are no retrogrades. I mean, everything seems retrograde, but the only planetary thing that I see on my, because give credit where credit is due. Hey, here's the cover. There it is. The Llewellyn's Witches calendar 2020. The only thing we've got on this calendar, at least, I mean, there's probably tons of astrological stuff going on, but the only thing of note today is that the moon is in Pisces all day long. So I'm going to record some readings today. I've been putting up some prayers from the Grace curriculum that I taught 2 years ago. Some of the best work I've ever done. Now, like, it may not be your thing, but go check them out. It's free. Otherwise, you got to watch the whole series on Vimeo on demand, and they ain't cheap because they're 3-hour workshops. So, I pulled out some prayers, some lectures, some meditations and stuff. So go check it out. They're pretty cool. That being said, shall we get down to business? I'm working with 2 different decks for today. Let's get this out the way. We are working with the Chuck Spezzano Love pack of Voices of the Ascended Masters. For me, and the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. So how we're going to do this, we're going to, the cats are really active this morning. We all woke up. It's like, what was that, Mama? It's like there are all these beings with wings, and that's why I'm wearing my angelic, I don't know, just a thing. A dear friend of mine who crossed over and made this for me. Can blessed be. So, we're going to get one of these. Now, the thing about this deck is it's a little tricky if you're not familiar with my work or familiar with this deck. There are 4 suits, like many decks of cards. The suit of the problem, I call them the Womp Womp pack. They're like Womp Womp. The problem is good to know, right? Particularly because we're in waning moon. This deck is very Course in Miracles based, so it's all presenting the problem almost like the piece of lead so that you can alchemize it into gold. The other half of the deck are the suits of luck, healing, and grace. So no matter which one you get, right, like as an example here, holding on, there's a problem card, right? They're purple, unfortunately. I wish I had chosen a different color, because purple's my color. But then no matter what card you get here, we're going to pull a Healing with the Angels Oracle. So even if you do get a problem suit card, you'll get a piece of angelic guidance for it all. Cool, cool. So let's get up in this gig. Take a nice few deep breaths. We'll go from Aries to Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, and signs. Let's do this while the coffee is kicking in. Here we go. Good morning, my Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this Friday, May 15th, 2020. Pisces Moon Friday. What you got for them? A piece of the problem, a piece of luck, a piece of grace, or a piece of healing? What's their card for today, or piece of Ascended Master guidance and grace? Oh, well, it is one of the healing cards, letting go. Now, really good for a Pisces moon, probably letting go of emotional stuff because it's Pisces moon. The moon will be going into Aries on, we have a full day of Pisces moon tomorrow too. So you'll be going into Aries. Moon will be going into Aries 9-ish a.m. What's that number there? 9:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cool, cool. So let's see, what's the angel of healing that will go with that? So the Healing with the Angels Oracle, obviously the voices of the angels, my angelic pantheon, but the way I look at it is it's very much healing with the angels. So what's the healing that the angels are helping you with, right? Breathe. My angels, please, one card in clarity for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the angels that they are healing with this Friday, May 15th, 2020? Well, you got the Guardian Angel card. Now, to me, the Guardian Angel is the higher self. It's the fifth dimensional and above self. Even though we're anchoring a lot of the fifth dimensional self now, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, not so much, right? Dealing with the third and fourth dimensional self. Even our spirituality was very third and fourth dimensional, right? All this intellectual stuff, not always so very heart-centered. So in terms of letting go, seriously, ask your higher self for help letting go, because from your higher self's perspective, you already have. Why? Because it's you, right? It is you. So it's a time thing. To the eighth dimensional self, this is all the past, right? It's definitely a higher, well, people say higher self, well, higher dimensional self, right? Higher vibrational self. And we're anchoring that into form now through our healing process, through our learning, through our growing, through our evolution, right? So, so say to your angels, all right, what am I supposed to let go today? Please help me do it with grace and guidance. You know, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Letting go of things that we want to let go of are pretty effortless. But if it's a process of emotional letting go. And as I'm tuning to it now, what I'm feeling here is that, yeah, to call upon your higher self to like hand things over, to say, okay, if I really have to let this go, let it make room for something better to come in, because that's how it works anyway, right? Let's move on that's why you might want to check your other signs as we do this, right? And look, if you don't know what your other signs are, all you need to know essentially is your birth date. You can at least get your sun sign, because everybody knows that, and your moon sign generally, unless it goes void, of course, halfway through the day or something like that. But you can hedge your bets a little bit if you do the research. You can feel which one you were. If you don't know what time you were born, you know what time you were born, you can also get your rising sign, and anybody can find their Venus sign. It doesn't change that quickly. Cool. Let's do this. For my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please, my Ascended Masters, what you got for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs for the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack here for this Pisces Moon, Friday, May 15th. Bad attitude. Now, it might be your bad attitude. What are the chances? And by the way, we all get bad attitudes. It's fine. It's just that's the time you need to back up. That's the time you need to take some time and space for yourself. Give yourself a little self-love. Like when I have a bad attitude, it's so obvious now when I do that I just really, it's like, okay, time for a nap, not to repress it, but to kind of not subject anybody else to it. I guess living alone does that, right? It just trains you to deal with that stuff. And I haven't always lived alone, so it's like living in the crucible, but you're always transforming. It's really cool, particularly during this time of everybody sequestering in their domain. Let's ask the angels. Nice deep breath. My angels, please, one card in clarity. What is the Healing with the Angels Oracle for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, that they can heal this bad attitude this Friday, May 15th. Meditation. There it is. You just kicked that card right out of my hand for you. So yeah, now meditate on your bad attitude, or just relax, slow down. That what is a bad attitude? It's when the ego sort of takes over. The attitude of a plane determines its altitude, right? So if you want to go higher, you got to shift your attitude. But the best way to do that is to get that the ego is the part of the soul that's incubating, right? It's the part of the soul that is the densest part. And the soul is an extension of the higher self. So it's this spectrum so that we can come into form and have things like coffee and sex and, you know, rock and roll. They're my favorite things, apparently. So also you can think of it as when your nervous system gets inflamed, overloaded, or your bad attitude, right? So meditate, chill. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to chant or anything like that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But there's a difference between zoning out and meditating for sure. Like a Netflix binge is not necessarily a meditation. It can be, I guess, depends on what you're watching. Let's move on to the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Let's have a look-see-duck-see, please. My Ascended Masters. Love working with you guys in the morning. Please, one card in clarity for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. What you got going on for them? Aw, self-love, the twins. Aw, one twin loves the other. Fabulous. I love that. Lucky for you, you got the self-love card, and it's definitely a healing card. Let's just get this one right away. We'll see, you know, what comes in tandem with that, my angels, please. What would you like to add to this for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs healing with the Angels Oracle for this Friday, May 15th, Pisces Moon, please? What you got? Makes sense. Intention. Intention. Set your intention to love yourself. Like here, like you can make it like a game. You could set the, like, because what's the intention of a game? To win, right? Or, you know, depending if it's a sport, you know, touchdowns, whatever, home runs, baskets. I hear tell. Set the intention today like a game. It's like, all right, here's the object of the game. The object of the game, the intention of the game is no matter what rises up into me today, I'm going to take a breath, put my hand on my heart and go, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And you're not trying to repress it, but you're not going to let it possess you either. To give yourself that self-love, that self-care, maybe do a little mirror work. That is what is represented here in the card. And if you're not familiar with mirror work, oh God, there's a lot of teachers that have spoken about it, but I learned it from Louise Hay. So you might want to Google her, or absolutely you could find, I'm sure, tons of videos here on YouTube for mirror work. Just saying. Then there will be three of you, the two in your head and then the one in the mirror. I do pick on the Geminis. My dad was a Gemini. I'm allowed. Trust me, I am allowed. Breathe. For the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please, my Ascended Masters. I've got kitty cat hair on my face again. If you saw the thumbnail, do you know how long it takes me to get just one shot of one of my cats up here on the table? It's a skill I got from my mother, a Cancerian. So for the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please, my Ascended Masters. One card in clarity, a piece of the problem, a piece of luck, a piece of grace, or a piece of healing for the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this Pisces Moon Friday 2020. And interesting for a water sign, we've got the problem card of drought. Now, drought to me is obviously a lack of water, which can speak of emotional burnout, or as Matt Kahn has termed the phrase, and I love this, empathic fatigue. Oh, and a Pisces moon, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? If you've been feeling everybody's everything, you need time to rest. You need time to chill out. And by rest, I don't mean clean the house, Cancerians. By rest, I don't mean watch TV. I don't mean hanging out on your devices or anything like that. I mean rest. I mean breathe. I mean go sit outside if you can in nature and just do nothing, right? Cry if you need to cry, laugh if you need to laugh. Of course, you don't have to do anything extraordinary, but rest is absolutely essential, right? If you're really going through that sort of lethargy, give your body the time it needs to rest. And we'll ask the Healing with the Angels Oracle with that too, but how else do you let your cup refill, right? So often, particularly water signs, when we're compassionate, we pour out our cup to everybody else, and then we're left with an empty cup, and we're dry, and we become bitter. I say we because my Pisces moon, I mean, come on, I was born on a full moon in Pisces in September on a Labor Day weekend because I do like a symbolic entrance. So I know that I can pour out my cup pretty easily, but you know, take a tip from the Gemini, love yourself, right? Healing with the Angels Oracle, please, my angels, can you help out the Cancerian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this Friday, May 15th, 2020, Pisces Moon Day? Divine guidance, right? So it might be a little hard to hear your divine guidance, but that doesn't mean that the guidance isn't there. Sometimes we are brought to a place of drought so that we sort of fall to our knees and be like, all right, what do you want me to do? I don't care anymore. Like a place of surrender that, yes, if, you know, we went to a little bit more voluntarily more often, it might not happen, but we don't know that for sure. You haven't done anything wrong. You just ran dry. It's okay. It happens to me. But when you're a YouTuber and you don't work for a few days, woo, your numbers tank. So you can't do that. So I have to really keep an eye on that. So that's why, you know, every time you like, subscribe, you know, comment, notify, all of that stuff, more people get to see my stuff. So maybe someday I can get a day off. I'm shooting for this Sunday. Oh yeah, waning moon in Aries on a Sunday. I'm gonna try and take that day off. I'll come back to work on Monday because I work from home anyway. I'll probably still do the daily reads and the streams. It's still 3 videos in a day. We'll see how it goes. The Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Shall we breathe? My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Please, what is our Chuck Spezzano Love card? What do you got for us this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th? Being that I am a Leo rising, I'm asking you to be kind, if possible. No, why would you? Fear of commitment. I'm single right now, so I don't think it's manifesting from a fear of commitment. My commitment is to my gods and to my work and to my cats and to my mom, and all is well in my world right now. Commitment to my path. So fear of commitment. And I love this picture though. It's so funny. It's like the guy's got, oh, he's like, oh my God, you're so cute. I love you. I've got hearts around me. And she's like, I love you like a ball and chain. My first song lyric of the day. I have this rule. It's like Pavlov. Every time I thwarp a drag fan, sing out of nowhere like I just did, or work a song lyric into the conversation, I take a sip of something. It's the only way I'm going to stay hydrated because I do it so often. What's the angel? Please, oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please, my angels, one card in clarity. A healing with the angels oracle for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for them this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th, 2020. One card. Ooh, emerging. So maybe for me, this fear of commitment, because I am Leo rising, obviously might be emerging, might be something that I am not aware of, and that it needs to come up. Now, again, this might not be about romance. I know we immediately jump there, but keep an eye on what are the commitments that you are being asked to make today. Now, sometimes the fear is an intuition saying that there's going to be a big change if I do this. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it necessarily always. It just means we need to kind of process that fear. I know the idiom, feel the fear and do it anyway. I get that. You know, you got to be brave. I know the song. But also to be very kind to yourself. Like, I really pay attention to my fear. I don't repress it anymore. I give it time. I give it space. I breathe into it. I let it. I love what arises, right? That's part of self-love. It's not just loving the fun stuff. So whatever that fear of commitment is, really assess what is the loss. What will I lose? What is there to lose? And you may not know, but know there's a difference. We talked about this in the live stream last night. There is a difference between a feeling and an emotion, right? Fear is an emotion, but if you're feeling it down in the lower chakras, it can be a warning there. So look at what your fear of commitment is, or maybe it's a fear of committing to emerging in some way, and that might play itself out differently depending who's watching this. So contemplate that one, write that one down. Notice if throughout the day you're asked to commit to something and it's like, no, don't wanna, don't gotta. We're adults, we don't gotta. But feel the fear, right? Deal with it, love it. Is it that child inside of you that's afraid of getting hurt or lost, or an emotional transformation that might be happening that might be for the, how many times have I been like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. I ended up doing it and it worked out being a blessing, but it was a huge change that I never could have seen coming, but the child inside of me felt it. Like, oh, it's a big change. Cool. Virgos, yay, Virgo power, breathe. Heroes in a half shell, Virgo power. I always think of Botticelli's Venus when I hear that. Nice deep breath. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for them, please, this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. Dream come true. I am so down for that. One of the luck suits. Dream come true. Well, you know, life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. Shaboom. If I could tell you you're the only one that I love. Should be the other way. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Yes, it's in the movie Clue, but my dad listened to all that doo-wop stuff. So the doo-wop shop he used to listen to. Oh, that's written back in the cerebellum. Let's get you an angel card, shall we? Breathe. My angels, please, the healing with the angels oracle for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What you got for us today? This Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. Archangel Michael. Now, I find that very interesting considering the mystical experiences I had today. Archangels were involved. Archangel Uriel, who's my archangel, but I'll keep my eye out. A dream come true with Archangel Michael. Now, I am not going to extrapolate on that too much, only because Archangel Michael is the angel, the protector, the defender, but also the revealer of truth, the sword of truth. Now, Uriel also has a sword of truth, just a different kind of thing. He presides over Tartarus, you see. He's the angel of redemption, the angel of salvation, the angel of forgiveness. But, you know, if people called them that, nobody would call on him because that's the F word. There's a truth coming here about a dream come true is what I'm getting on that. Play your cards right? Go along with the day. I am so down with this. But then when it, well, for me, I'm looking at the Leo card next to it of that, you know, emerging fear of commitment with a dream come true. Uh-oh, could be a day. Well, Pisces Moon could be. Let's keep going. Oh, I have Venus in Libra. So let's do Libra. Let's see. This just got personal. Breathe. Would it be funny if all the readers on YouTube, we were all just reading ourselves along with everybody else because we're all one, right? Inability to separate, that's unity consciousness for you. It's just the interpretation of the infinite variations of the quantum fluctuations of zodiacal fields, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. God, I know my stuff. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity. For the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, what you got for us today? For the Libras, this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. Holding on. Oh, sorry, neediness. They look a lot like neediness. Now, I'm going to tell you something about neediness. I know it ain't cute, and yet usually the voice of the inner child. Usually the voice, something on its way out, doesn't want to let go. So like Aries has the letting go card, that card of healing. So that feeling of loss is so devastating. And my God, if you're empathic in any way, shape, or form, who isn't holding on for dear life of their sanity, of their money, of their job, of their loved ones, of their health? I mean, so that is really in the air. That voice needs more love, not less. Do not push it down. Now, look, I don't tell people what to do. That's not my job. My job is to get people information, to counsel them, to come from the soul, not to give cheap advice. Advice is cheap. Counsel comes from the soul. We're going to, of course, pull a healing angel to go with this to help you heal this. But do you understand that part that is needy has been neglected? So don't you neglect it too. At least let it have its voice. Let it be heard. The words, I am so sorry, right? If you do Ho'oponopono, H-O'-O-P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O, if you haven't, check it out. There's a very much an inner child healing aspect of Ho'oponopono. I studied with Dr. Hugh Len for a weekend. It doesn't make me a master of it, but I learned a lot. Unehipili, if I remember. Wow, Hawaiian words that I could remember that if I said it correctly. The neediness there needs to be addressed, because who isn't feeling needy or having the fear of loss, right? Which is sort of similar. Let's find out from the angels, please, my angels, one card in clarity for the Venus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the healing with the angels oracle for the Libra collective this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th? Forgiveness. to forgive your own neediness, right? To go, of course you're needy, sweetheart. Nobody is able to give you the love that only I can give you. And we're only now really understanding how important it is to give ourselves the love that no one else can give us, because no one was raised that way, right? Oh, I mean, maybe there's a small handful of people in Southern California who are raised that way, but on the whole, WHOLE, so always clarify because it's me saying it, to cut yourself some slack. You haven't done anything wrong. That neediness, particularly if you're empathic, anything, you might be feeling the neediness of the people in a 3-mile radius around you, right? So it's okay. Feel those feelings, forgive, have the good cry. If you have the yearning, the burning, let it pass through you. It's an emotion. It's certainly something that will show you where love is needed within yourself, and keep stuffing it back in the shadow. It's just going to possess you when you least expect it. That's what neediness does. Really, what's at the core of addiction? Just saying. Speaking of addiction, Scorpios. That wasn't nice. That was not nice. I love my Scorps. But, you know, y'all can hide some stuff. Trying to watch my language on YouTube. Nice deep breath. Speaking of emotional suppression, please. My Ascended Masters, 1 card in clarity for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And it's not that you suppress it, you hide it. There's a difference. I'm aware. 8th house. Please, my Ascended Masters, 1 card in clarity, a piece of luck, a piece of healing, a piece of grace, or a piece of the problem for this Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This Pisces Moon, hey, this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. Specialness. Are you just better than everybody else? Because it either plays itself out as better than or worse than, right? Better than or less than. Specialness. We either put someone else up on a pedestal so we go down, or we push someone else down so we go up, right? Special love and special hate. Oh, there's a whole part of the Course in Miracles. It's just about special love and special hate. So, you know, really looks like vanity here, but the word special means separate. Definitely a tool of the ego to make ourselves feel isolated, better than or less than. And, you know, again, if you're feeling isolated, who isn't, I would think, and again, if you, for the water signs, I feel for you all. I know that you might be kind of feeling that. So take special care of yourself. Will be loving to yourself. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. But that's not special. That's holy. The opposite of special, according to the Course in Miracles, is holy, H-O-L-Y. But I always want to put a W in front of that. So it's the holy, right? That we're all of the whole, right? That we're not separate from each other. That everybody's holy. Even those people that you think can't possibly be. We're all source energy in form. We're all angels in body. We're all the gods walking the planet. It's just some of us have been working on chipping away the excess marble. Let's ask the angels how to heal that, shall we? My angels, 1 card in clarity for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. They got the card of specialness. What you got for them? Go spend some time in nature, because it's really not your nature to be greater than or less than, better than or less than. It is definitely a thing of being one. If you can, go put your feet in the grass. I'm going to today. It's supposed to be 70 degrees where I am. You betcha. I'm going to do some yoga outside on my deck. I'm going to breathe some fresh air, maybe with my mask on. Well, if no one's around, I live in a very quiet section of the condo development here. So, you know, to really make sure that you are resting and taking care of yourself, right? Because look at that cloud over their heads, right? It's like, even though it's like, I'm special, it's almost like the deadly sin of entitlement. Well, I deserve to have a good day. I deserve to be happy. Well, happiness is a decision we have to make. We have to decide to be happy. Be careful with that. It's the deadly sin of the solar plexus. The holy grace that heals it gradually is the grace of understanding, where you begin to digest things on a visceral level more than just an intellectual one. All right, well, I'm all one. My personal power maybe is a little bit out of whack. Maybe I'm exhausted. Maybe I'm just feeling everybody's everything. Again, empathic burnout, right? Empathic lethargy. Give yourself some time. take care of yourself, but don't make yourself better than or less than anybody else. That's, I mean, we do it anyway, but we do it when we're tired. We do it when we're burnt out, or we do it when when we're not getting what we want. We see other people have it, right? It's akin to jealousy, but that's a different deadly sin, envy. Let's move on. Sagittarius. I need a sip of coffee. God, I make good coffee. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for them this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th, please. One card in clarity for them. It's a trap! It's a trap. Now, the thing about this trap is, you know, you see that woman behind bars, right? And the key, she can't reach it. But there's no walls around her. She can just walk away from this one. So the trap is usually one of our own creation that we think there's just one way to do this, and I'll only be happy if, or I'm not budging until, and we could be a little stubborn. Now, I can relate that to a Sagittarian because they're usually very expansive. But with that idea of a bow and arrow, that there's only one target. You're mutable fire, not fixed fire. Fixed fire is Leo, and they radiate, by the way. Expand your perception. See, think, back it up. Jupiter is retrograde. Your planet is retrograde. It's all about seeing the bigger picture, really. So this is probably a mental kind of trap, right? So really, seriously, the angels. Well, not the other ones weren't serious, but my angels and archangels, please, one card in clarity, the perfect healing angel here for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. No one needs to be trapped. No one likes to be trapped. But I get why we get trapped for our own good sometimes, so that we really learn the lesson. So please, what is the perfect healing with the angel oracle for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th? Listening. Listen to your better angels. Listen to your inspiration. Not listen to everybody, but sometimes in the stillness of listening. Oh, it's like that Matt Kahn healing mantra card. My intuition flows, guidance flows whenever I am still, something like that. Get still and listen. Yes, the mind will, but listen beyond that. Don't try and stop it. Open your heart, right? When the mind is overactive and overthinking, breathe into the heart. Give yourself some love and then listen. Guidance and grace is coming. Because it might say, there are no walls, right? Symbolically to you in some way. That's really good to know. See, that's what I like about this deck. When a problem card comes up, it's not like, ha, 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 ha. It's like, no, there's a solution. Which every problem, there's a solution. Now, Eckhart Tolle says there are no problems, there are only situations. It's the mind that makes it a problem. But I think that card in particular is the mind making something a problem, perhaps fixating us. There's only one key out of this, and there may be several, right? Capricorns, shall we? Nice deep breath. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for them today, this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th, 2020, please. Cynicism. Oh, a Capricorn being cynical? Who ever heard of such a thing? That was sarcasm. Look, you guys have it rough. Your ruling planet, Saturn, is retrograde. I get it. But I love this card, only because check her out. The woman on top is dumping out it looks like her office garbage onto a canoodling couple, but either have no idea, right? Like, yeah. Now, there is a positive side of cynicism. It's not depicted in this card, but it is about releasing, about being, it's almost like skeptical, right? Going through the process. It's like, no, I'm going to look at this. But when it gets into the shadow side of things, we're not seeing clearly, we're not thinking clearly, and certainly our hearts aren't open. But that doesn't mean that you can't love that cynical voice. It's trying to protect you. But what if that's the child within you that's been hurt and burnt before? It's driving the show in cynicism. It's your job to protect that child, not the other way around, right? So that needs more love, not less. Just don't act on it, right? Look, I'm a Virgo. It can be cynical, but I notice when I do that, of just hurting myself in the long run, even in the short run. It's like, Mark, have a Snickers. That's not product placement. That just literally popped into my head. Let's get an angel card for you here. I know, my caps. I know. It's hard. It's hard being a mountain goat, all that climbing. Breathe. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this Pisces Moon, Friday, May 15th. What's the healing angel to help them heal the cynicism? Balance. So there you're looking at, are you out of balance? Are you tired, right? Have you eaten well today? Is your nervous system inflamed? Have you not been getting enough sleep? That we have to keep the body, mind, energy field, emotion, all in balance. All the time we're going to pop out of balance. That's this world, right? In the world of duality still, you have balance then imbalance. So as soon as you get balance, imbalance shows up, and that's how we grow. We actually evolve that way. So breathe, give yourself space, give yourself time, and give yourself rest. Bring yourself back into balance, my darlings. And because you are Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign as a Capricorn, really, maybe it is about eat something healthier, right? Cut down on the sugar a little bit. Oh my goodness gracious. I will tell you this about my family. Whenever there's like a big family meal, we're fine until dessert. Once the sugar hits the table, ooh, the mean stories come out. That's why I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll have my coffee. I suck that thing down and I'm gone. I'm like, I'll be in my room. Disappear. So take care of yourself. Bring yourself into balance and call to the angel of balance. Say, all right, I get it. I'm being balanced. I'm not seeing the positive side of things. I'm only seeing the side of things. I love my caps. I said I wouldn't mind marrying a Capricorn. They're solid. I need that in my life. Because I'm pretty solid for the most part, but I'm mutable, Earth. I'm ever changing. Aquariums. Here we go. My Aquarians, breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for them this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th? A piece of luck, a piece of healing, a piece of grace, or a piece of the problem? You got a piece of the problem. Old wounds, womp womp. But look, we're waning moon on a Friday in Pisces. Well, you might as well say, oh, I went outside when it was raining and I got wet. Yeah, some old stuff is going to come up, but at least it's old wounds, not new wounds. So please, angels, give them the perspective they need, that higher angelic POV, it's point of view. Please, what do you got for them, my angelic, my angels and archangels, for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this Piscean Moon Friday, May 15th? Funny, old wounds with a new love. Now, can that be a new love walks into your life during this challenging time on planet Earth? Well, maybe it's old wounds that make you go, I don't know about that. But it can be bring new love to old wounds. Love it anew. Give it time. Love yourself. I know it seems to be the way through most of these readings, but I guess that's why they told me to use these two decks, right? And look, Pisces Moon, the way I look at the two fish of Pisces, one swim them upstream, one swim them downstream. But to me, it's also like dolphin and shark. And I know dolphin's not a fish, but get over it. Symbolism, right? It's guppy and barracuda, right? You know, it's not great. It's hard. Emotional healing stuff is hard for the air signs, but work it, right? Bring new love to yourself. Love yourself in a new way. And that's often why, not the reason why things happen. Ugh. Give up the need to know the reasons why things happen the way they do. Thank you, Caroline Mace. Because human reason can only fall short of divine purpose. What if the divine purpose is that you are being expanded and cleared out and your old wounds are rising up so that they can be released, not just from your cell tissue, not just from your energy field, but from the energy field of planet Earth. These wounds want to be healed, and only you can give them the love that only you can give them. Pause for a sip of coffee, don't you? Last card down, last card down. Last 2 cards down. Oh, here we go. The Pisces, breathe. My Ascended Masters. Oh, good. I'm glad you're laughing. My Ascended Masters, please. 1 card in clarity. For the Piscean Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What you got for the Piscean Collective? For this Pisces Moon Friday, waning Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th, please. What you got? Thank you. One of the healing cards of trust. Who do you trust? What do you trust? I say, you know, well, it's from the Wiccan Read poetic version, Doreen Valiente. I'm a witch. I'm just not Wiccan, but I do adopt aspects of the Wiccan Read. Abide the witch's law, the Wiccan read, ye must. Abide the Wiccan laws, ye must, in perfect love and perfect trust. Perfect love and perfect trust to who? Well, to me, I say the gods, because everybody else has bad days, right? But can you trust the process, right? Can you take the leap? Can you trust? Because trust, really, we think of it as a noun, but it's a verb. Ooh, that's in the video that I just edited and put up yesterday. The Mother Grace of Hope, because we talk about faith and trust. Faith is something you have, trust is something you do. So faith is a noun, trust is a verb. So can you take that, not leap of faith, but that trust today, to know that the gods have got you, right? They've got you, that they'll catch you, that it's okay to trust. But let's get you an angel. Now, this is the last card down. Breathe. I'm really considering I've got Dream Come True and Archangel Michael. You know. Nice deep breath. My angels, please. 1 card in clarity. A healing with the angels oracle for this Piscean Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. What you got for them, please, my angels? Abundance. Can you trust that the abundance is coming? Can you trust the abundance that you have? Can you give trust in abundance? Play with those words, because the card of abundance means extra. To me, it doesn't always necessarily mean money. I know people want to go there, but if you notice, this angel's playing a lute. Now, you can look at lute as L-O-O-T, right? It was like lute. I don't think that's what Doreen was shooting for. I don't know her. Particularly now, I'm sure I don't know her. But really look at that. What is that extra? What is that extra coming in for you today that you should trust it? That you should trust in that process abundantly, or trust the abundance that's coming in. Tricky, sticky. So let's do these. I'll put these away as I go through them so that you can write them down if you haven't. For the Aries Collective, we've got letting go with the guardian angel. Ask your guardian angels to help you let go. For the Taurus Collective, we've got a bad attitude that, as we discussed, can be eased, healed, soothed with meditation. And certainly don't act on a bad attitude. That's like piloting a plane not knowing where the nose is pointed, right? For the Gemini Collective, you got really one of the best ones here. You got intention with self-love. Really make that intention to love yourself today. Can't go wrong with that. That's a really, really good card. All 2 of you get together and see if you can work that out. For my Cancerians, my Crablets, you've got drought with divine guidance. The divine guidance is there whether you feel it or not, but maybe you need to refill your cup, right? Emotional drought ain't no fun. But by all means, maybe it's part of what you need to go through, and that you are being guided through it. You know, it's cycles, right? We all go through cycles. For the Leo Collective, we've got the fear of commitment with emerging. I don't know, like, I'm Leo rising. I don't know what my fear of commitment is. I seem to be pretty all in. But then again, if somebody offers me something today, we'll see, right? We'll definitely see. So I'm going to put that to the side for myself. For the Virgo Collective, we've got Archangel Michael with Dream Come True. I'm really linking these 2 together for myself because I am a Leo rising Virgo sun, if I haven't mentioned it before, right? So keep that in mind, a dream coming true. But with Archangel Michael, There's an aspect of protection, defense, and truth going on here. You're definitely putting that to the side for me. For the Libra collective, forgiveness of neediness. I love that. I mean, because who doesn't get anybody who says they never get needy is either delusional or lying, and delusional is lying to yourself. So there's something there, like do that inner child work, talk to that inner neediness. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to love that, because it's like a neglected, abandoned child, right? Love that. Give yourself the love that only you can give to that child. For the Scorpio collective, you've got specialness in nature. Get out into nature if you start feeling better than or worse less than, right? Get that you are part of nature, that you are a hidden child of the divine, just like everybody else. But to some of us, it's more hidden than others, right? And there are days when I swear I can fly like an eagle, and no desperate hours that nobody sees. My arms stretched triumphant on top of the mountain, my head in my hands, down on my knees. Oh, that song was written by Bon Jovi for Stevie Nicks. Sometimes it's a bitch, sometimes it's a breeze, right? Go out in nature. Get yourself some fresh air. Go hug a tree. Go jump in a pond. Better than jumping in a lake. A Ricky Lake. For the Sagittarian collective, listen, there's a trap there. Listen to see if there's a simpler solution than being fixated, which, you know, as archers you can be. For the Capricorn collective, we've got cynicism and balance. Take the time to balance yourself out. Really, what are you eating? Too much coffee? Not enough sleep? No exercise? Too much exercise? Bring yourself into balance. That might kind of calm you down. Have a Snickers. I'm not being sponsored by Snickers. By the way, I'm a Milky Way boy. Or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups if you really want me to roll over and show you my belly. Give me like peanut butter or anything. For the Aquariums, you've got old wounds with new love, which I don't think is a coincidence there. I think that if there's a new love being posited or presented in your life, that old wounds might come up. Or if old wounds come up, give them new love, right? Love yourself in a new way. And for the Piscean collective, we've got trust with abundance. Now, that might mean that a huge opportunity or a huge challenge is coming to us today. Trust, pray, take a deep breath. And should you feel so intuitively called to do so, trust. So, putting that aside. So, there is the daily read for this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th, 2020. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope it helped. Please comment below. And if you have not yet, please do like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. Even on my day off, because I love doing this, I'm probably going to, on Sunday, if that ends up being my day off, do this again and also live stream, because I live alone and why not? You know, it's fun for me. And I hope it's helping too. People tell me it is, so I'm going with that. And I feel in my heart and my soul it is. So again, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of, as I said, this Pisces Moon Friday, May 15th. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be. Ciao bello.